Welcome back. Welcome back. When I tell you this Fun Day Friday is lit, this Fun Day Friday is lit. Well, I had just finished one live and I was just minding my own business. And of course, a little thing came popular. And I think this is more my niche when it comes to career development and, you know, HR advice. So I'm sitting up there and I'm just watching television and bling, I get this article notification, like news alerts and things in that nature. So I was like, what is this? So I see a picture of a sign closed on a restaurant. So I get my phone. I say, what is this? Let me see what this is. Because you know, all types of stuff is going on these days because everybody acting shot out in the head like they don't know what to do, what's going on. You got people making mandates and execution order, executive orders and everything else. Executive orders. So I came across, I'm just reading and reading, and it's about this restaurant called I'm finna miss his name. I think it's called Barber Bar Burritos, Barbaritos, Bar Burritos. I think it's Barbaritos. But anyway, Barbaritos um had people working for them. And because of this pandemic, allegedly, I don't care what you say. It's put in the article. It was down in Macon, Georgia. Burbe, bar birdos, bar eaters. We're gonna practice like we in elementary. Bar burritos. Barbaritos, whatever it is. But anyway, they was actually making joy. They down there working these people 7 days a week, and I guess because they feel like they're a restaurant. And I'm gonna go into something about that about this. They feel they's in a restaurant, they can work them people 7 days straight, and they working these people 7 days straight. You better come to work. You gotta come to work. Well, what about our days off? Not allegedly. What about our days? You don't get no days off. This is not an article. I'm just paraphrasing this because you can kind of paraphrase stuff when people have you working 7 days a week and they coming in like Hebrew slaves, like they don't have choices and options. Which, to a certain degree, I will say when it comes to people, some people that work in restaurants, certain occupations like restaurants, um, convenience stores, warehouses. Many people that work in particular environments, a lot of them they don't keep up with like some of them don't keep up like with the policies and procedures, the guidelines, and your rights that you have, especially working with a company. And so many of them, because I talk with many people, and many people, I actually we having conversations. I'm saying to myself, well, they can't do that to you for real. No, they can't do that to you. That's why they can care less if you ask them. And me and my sister, we have this conversation, and she would tell you every company she go in, she always asks, "Can I get a handbook?" Because your handbook is your rights, and if you know how to interpret your rights, right, you know your rights. That's why the law, people that are in the law, that you don't have no rights if you don't know them. So when you're going in these companies, you have to know your rights. That's why you ask, can I see your operational manual? Can I see do we get a handbook? If they say no, better ask why. And then you may want to consider knowing labor laws and everything else because that means they don't care for you to know. It was just like in slavery. They didn't care for um, white people didn't care for black people to know how to read. And that's why when they learned how to read, it was a severe punishment because they didn't want them to know the knowledge. But anyway, back to Barbaritos, they was working these people 7 days a week, 7 days a week for a while. For this down there in Macon, Georgia, for a while. So the people decided, you know what, we don't have to take this no more. So they all quit, and they went and put up the sign, "We're closed. We're closed." So they put up the sign, "We're closed," because they had gotten sick of it. Now, one of the things I just previously mentioned about they was working 7 days a week. The other thing was lack of appreciation. How you gonna work these people 7 days a week and treat them like they Hebrew slaves that just came off a ship and they don't know their rights and they don't have that? And they eventually, it clicked. The light bulb came on. Bling. It came on that we don't have to take this. And more than likely, they probably formed an ally and decided we gonna all quit. Because if we all quit, what they gonna do? Who you're not gonna come up in here and train? Who you think gonna come up in here and train how to do this? So they all quit. That's why companies, I always emphasize, and I know this from experience. If someone don't like their job, if you are working with a team that do not like your job and you are stepping into a manager role, don't go in them folks' place giving them folks hell and they don't already want to be there. How you turn the table is you show them value. People want to be appreciated. Even if you mistreat a dog will even run away. People want to be valued and appreciated no matter what what walk of life they come from. People want to be valued and appreciated. They are still a human being at the end of the day. And some of y'all trifling managers, you get in the, and some of y'all people, y'all get in these management positions, and you just as trifling as you want to be. You get in these positions and you mistreat these people because you feel like, oh, I could do what I want to do because I'm the manager. Then when they all walk out, then now your job finna be on the line because without no subordinates, who you there to manage? How you turn things around, and this goes very far. Learn to appreciate your employees. If you appreciate, because I've seen this through experience. I have worked under some great managers. Some of the jobs I didn't even want to be at, but even when I didn't want to be there, I love going there because of the leadership team that I worked on, because they was motivational, they was encouraging, inspiring. Not only was I able to get life coaching through work experience and how to strategize my way in corporate, but also with work-life balance, things going on in my personal life. And it made it more soothing to come to work. I'm like, I don't like being here, but you know what? That lady right there, now she off the chain. She really care. She really have our back. And that's another thing. Some of you trifling managers, you don't do. You don't even have some of your associates back, but they have your back. They have your, because it's an experience right now. I won't go into details because I'm not, I can't really say. Yeah, I can't really say. But even when associates have some of y'all back, y'all still don't have some of their back. Because see, one associate I know right now, with this particular person, I know right now, they did everything in their power not to tell me a name. Because they knew what I was going to do. Because you should appreciate these people. People come in, they're good hearted people that want to help some of you. And if some of you employers are listening, they're good people that want to help you. Now, at the same time, you have to have be a good judge of character when you hiring people too. But for these people, they went and quit because nobody's not appreciating them. If you getting paid, especially if these people are helping make you money, stop and appreciate them some days. I learned from a leader in management. Sometimes you have to give and take. Okay, how does that work? They may ask you for time off or ask you for other things. Okay, you taken from them. But at the same time, no, you may ask them for certain things you taken from them, but also to give back. When they ask you for certain things like being off or leaving early, you got to give back. Nobody don't want to come work for some of y'all trifling self. And then you got this whole thing going on because you got executive orders and everything else, and people trying to mandate these people. This is going to be a whole mess. And you got these people at this restaurant, they walking out quitting. See, people are walking out quitting. I'm seeing the most we're hiring signs up like I have never seen before. Every store I probably come up against, every corner I turn, we're hiring, we're hiring, we're hiring. Now, some of y'all got some of them trifling people that work for y'all as well. Y'all go and it seems like y'all say, I'm gonna hire you. Yeah, you. You don't know what they look like. You have not asked them no background or anything, and you get them up in your restaurant. Can I take your order? Well, I would like a number one, no cheese. Wait, no cheese, no tomato, no onion, um, fries, a drink. Will that be all? Yes. But in your mind, you saying to yourself, they didn't ring up nothing. I said, can you repeat your order for me? I have to put it in. Them type of people. Now, who hired this type of person? You have to filter some of these people, but to stay on track, some of y'all people, y'all have to start learning how to appreciate your workers. Because now some of y'all employees, they're not trifling. You just got to get rid of the trifling people so you can have you a good team. But you have to learn how to start treat people right. These people ain't staying on these jobs because y'all act like they slaves and y'all the master. That's why there is such thing called labor laws out there. EEOC. Oh, you gotta come to work. If you don't come to work, don't come back. And you know these people um way of living. It's their what's the word I'm looking for? It is these people I can't even think of the word. This is how these people provide for their families, and you want to threaten them with their jobs. It goes all the way up as well. You want to threaten these people with their job, and you know this they work a living, but then when they walk out with your antidote, when they walk out with solutions, and you really need them, then you be trying to get somebody else to give the information to them. But shout out to all of you. Now, see, I just gave some of you all some free leadership advice. Some of y'all employers, y'all are managers, y'all are leaders, and y'all are in leadership positions. You go in and you being nasty to these people. And then when they get the gall up and they knock the hell out of you, because you think you could treat people like, and I said it, you want me to repeat it again? Rewind, play. When you be nasty to these people, and they get the gall, even though I don't actually enforce that because that's known as workplace violence. But see, you don't. Let me repeat it. They get the gall and they knock the hell out of you. Then now you somewhere looking like Snoopy or Charlie off the Charlie Brown show. Now I do not enforce violence because that's against workplace violence. But see, as leaders and managers, you have to know what people, you don't know what people got going on in their life. You don't know what people got going on when they leave your job. There have been people that have about almost put out the door, stressed out, and they come in to work with a smile on their face. And they want to come into it like you want to be nasty because you got personal things going on up in you personally. You got internal issues you dealing with because you feel like when you get in management roles that you become, what's that little man name? Especially for some of the short people. I can't think of that man name. I'm trying to think of his name. He was a man, it's back in history. Napoleon syndrome. That's it. You get Napoleon syndrome and you think I got the power. Hmm. And these people, they took that sign and they put, we are now closed because we're quitting this job. So take notes. This is some things that you want to learn tonight. Because you may want to go back to your leadership team and you may want to have a conversation with them. Because right now, it is sensitive times during this pandemic. People want you to get vacuum cleaners. They want you to drink. Do you want to drink strawberry juice? Do you want to drink Fanta? Or do you want to do Coca Cola? And so it is sensitive times during this time right here. This is not the time that you want to treat your employees like they're rough rider slaves that just have arrived off the ship and you have bought insurance on them and you can work them how you want to work them. This is 2021. This is not 1850, 1760, 1608, 1301. This is not none of those times. So I suggest that some of you get up with the times and maybe go, oh, excuse me, maybe consider going to take you some leadership classes. They have leadership and coaching class. How you coach and how do you manage a team effectively? How do you keep your talent? How do you motivate them? How you inspire them when they don't want to be at work? First off, you have to listen to them. They pretty much tell you what they're asking for, but because you feel like you Mr. Man or Mr. Woman, you don't have to listen to them. I run the show. Have you ever seen a show run by itself? Try it and see. I guess like this owner here, they finna see how well they show run by itself. So I thought that I would get up. I forgot to tell you all to click that like, that subscribe button, blah blah. Yeah, like, subscribe, share, and you all have a great night. And thank you for tuning in to Say It Larry J. Bye.